Okay, so hello, welcome back to our tutorial class. Now, in this video, we are going to solve the tutor example 1. So, in this example, we are going to find the factorial of a number. Okay, the factorial of a number. So, solve for the factorial of a number. Okay, so from this example, you see that when you say 6 factorial, for example, it means you multiply 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6. Similarly, when you have 3 factorial, it means 1 times 2 times 3. So factorial simply means that multiply all the numbers from 1 till that number. So if it's factorial of 10, then it's 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6 times 7 times 8 times 9 times 10. Okay. Factorial of 100, meaning multiply 1 by 2 by 3 till you get to 100. So you realize that anytime they give you factorial of a number, you are actually dealing with performing a multiplication action for a certain range of values, which means that it's for a certain number of times. And the fact that I'm even using the for statement in my explanation should give you the clue that this is a typical example for a for loop. Okay, so a typical example for a for loop. Now let us proceed with our calculations. So we can say for I in the range, and the range of values that we are interested in is from 1 to the number. For this case, let us limit ourselves to what? 6. But then we'll put 7 so that we get 1 less than the 7, which is 6. Print I. Okay, so when I run this code from here, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 being printed to the screen. We'll use the num later. I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 being printed to the screen. And that being said, but then this is not what we are interested. We're interested in multiplying them. So first we have to initiate a counter. So let's start with answer. And let's say answer starts from 1. Okay, answer starts from 1. Now, in a normal case, you are going to ask the user for an input. Okay, you're going to ask the user for an input. But for now, for simplicity, let's assume it's 6. Okay, and whatever input the user makes, we put it here num. But then, for the range function, it's a set of values just before the number. So we have to add 1 to cater for that effect so that it gets to the number we are interested and not 1 less than that number. Okay, so for I in this range, from 1 to the number we are interested, print I. And here the number we are interested is already 6. So we are still going to get the same result of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the screen. Okay, but this time around, we want to initiate a counter. Okay, something to do the multiplication for us. So what we have to do is take this answer variable ans, and multiply and update it with the I. Oh, sorry, I put it at the wrong place. So we go into the for loop. In the for loop, we say the answer should be multiplied and updated with what? The I. Okay, so if I is 1, now answer is already 1, so 1 times 1 becomes 1. Now the new value for answer is still 1. Now I goes to pick 2. Now the 1 times the 2 gives us what? 2. Now the answer is now updated to 2. I goes to pick the next value, 3. Now the 2 times 3 gives us 6 and gets updated. So it goes on and on and on and on. Now if you have to print answer here, ans, and run the code, what we see is that at every stage of the calculation, it prints out the current answer it's having until it gets to our final answer, 720. Okay, but then when we take this print statement outside of the for loop, it will only print it out when you are done. So this is it. Now let me delete it and run it again. just in case it confused you. So it only prints it out when we are done with the computation. Now let us use a debugger. Put your red dot anywhere. Let's put on the first one. Let's say num is 6. Now let's run it so that we see how um, the computer is processing the values by looking at the variables on this side. Okay, so here local variables. Next, now the variable num has been created. Next, the variable answer has been created. Now we start from the for loop. For this instance, the iterative variable I, which has gone to pick the value of 1 from the range. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are still remaining, and it multiplies it by, so I gets multiplied by answer and updates it, and answer still remains as 1 because 1 times 1 is still 1. Then we run it again. Now I is 2, so 2 times 2 will be 2, and the answer gets updated with a 2. Okay, so the I goes to pick the next value, which is 3, and 3 times 2, 3, this answer is 2, and this I value is 3. So they get multiplied and answer gets updated. Okay, so 2 times 3 is 6, and answer gets updated to 6. And it goes on, and answer gets updated to 24. Now 24 times 4, answer gets updated to 120. Then I goes to pick 5, and 5 times 120 gives us, sorry, 5 times the 24 gives us 120. And now I goes to pick 6, and the 6 times 120 gives us 720. And now once the loop is done, it comes out of the loop and continue the code. So if there are some more code here, it will keep on uh, continuing from there. So, but then we have only our last action remaining, which is print answer, and we are done with the code. So this is a simple solution to the um, factorial of a number. But it happens that for project 5, I was going to ask you to find the factorial of a number. But then this time around, I've changed my mind because I've solved it in this example. So for day 5, project work you've been given, we are going to change the project very soon. So take note. Thank you. Bye.